Unit 2, Water, Landforms and People, Case Study, Effects of Flood on People and Flood Protection by Stephen, Stav, and Joe.
An example of our flood on people and flood protection is the Lower Rhine in Mars of the wild floods of 1995. Should we explain how the flood affected people, Stavros?
I think we should, Joe.
Are you sure?
I think I am.
Fair enough. Flood incurred millions of pounds of damage to property, land, farming and business. In a total, 250,000 people were evacuated from their homes. 300 at Namur on the Mars, 8,000 at Well, 85,000 in the East Netherlands.
People were temporarily accommodated in emergency centres set up in sports halls and schools.
The flower growing industry, already a competitive business, I myself am a member, was badly affected as greenhouses were destroyed.
Many cities flooded, including Cologne, and the Rhine rose above 10.4 metre level, and Lobith, where the level was 17 metres above sea level, causing damage to property, carpets and furniture, leaving a thick layer of silt in houses which contaminated water and caused illness.
In future, residents may find an increase in the house insurance premiums or even be refused insurance on property in high flood risk areas.
An offment on the Rhine Delta, dairy farmers suffered loss of income and received a little compensation.
As livestock were moved from the area, they contracted a viral infection causing foot rot, and the stress of the evacuation lowered milk yields. Should we show an explanation of what is being done and could be done to protect the area from flooding, Stavros?
How's about no, Joe?
I don't know. I think we should. Let's carry on. The cause of the 1995 floods could be attributed as much to human activities as physical conditions.
As the capacity of the land surrounding the Rhine and its tributaries to absorb flood water has been reduced, it is important that any flood protection strategies should include restoring the landscape's natural retention of water, as for example by increasing water meadows along river banks.
In settlements prone to flooding such as Cologne, local councils have built flood walls consisting of special panels slotted into grooved concrete slabs to protect property.
In normal conditions, the panels are removed so that as not to spoil the visual effect.
Other measures which could be implemented include limiting the tarmacking and concreting surfaces in high-risk areas, controlling the location of new buildings and stopping the spread of urbanisation bordering the Rhine and Mars rivers.
This would prevent waterproofing on the ground and encourage infiltration rather than rapid runoff into the rivers, which leads into high discharge.
Ings or retention basins have been created upstream with water siphoned off from the river to reduce flow in the main channel for 10 to 12 hours at a time of flood risk.
Existing forest areas need to be protected to intercept precipitation, delay surface runoff to reduce the amount of water reaching river channels.
Further afforestation would also help this process. 600 kilometres of dike improvement has been implemented in the Netherlands.
At Nirigine, existing dikes have been raised and strengthened with stones and steel to protect low-lying polders.
On the delta, the wall to contain extra flood water. Sorry, I'm reading extra lines. On the delta, the capacity of the Dutch floodplain is being increased by using the space between the river and the dike wall to contain extra flood water.
Years of silt deposited on the foreland is being stripped to create more space for water, and deeper clay pits dug to create natural wetland areas. This protection of settlements downstream is at the expense of farmers affected by the loss of foreland agricultural land.
Another strategy could involve building a relief channel, similar to the Bonnet Carr spillway on the lower Mississippi, to siphon off the Rhine when the delta near the sea becomes overloaded. So,
Yeah,
that's, did you get that?
What? I didn't even get that.
Okay, let's have some outtakes. Should we show an explanation of what is being done or could be done to protect the area from flooding, Stavros?
How does no sound, Joe?
I don't know. No sounds like no. Anyway, the cause of the 1995 floods could be attributed as much human activities as Should we show an explanation of what this is being done or could be done to protect the area from flooding, Stavros?
I don't think we should, Joe.
Well, it's tougher. Should we show an explanation of what is being done or could be done to protect the area? An explanation. We know how we. Should we show an explanation of what is being done or could be done to protect the area from flooding, Stavros?
How's about no, Joe?
Okay, well. Let's carry on. The cause of the 1995 Ings. Further afforestation would also help this process. 600 kilometres of time. Similar to the bonnet car. Sorry, that's bonnet car. Not bonnet. Sorry for that, that's bonnet car, eh? No, it's not, is it?
So, yeah.